Today I'm going to tell you about a treatment that's better than Botox for sweating. So if you're curious, stay tuned. Botox is actually a pretty amazing treatment for hyperhidrosis or sweating. And the way that it works is it actually keeps the nerve from being able to communicate with the sweat gland. And so it paralyzes the sweat gland. And we can use it in any area where you have sweating. So common areas might be the scalp, the armpits, even the hands and the feet. And the reason why it's so amazing is because it's so effective. So once it takes effect, you are dry until that Botox wears away, which is typically maybe about six months later. Even though Botox is so fantastically effective, the reason why clients don't always like it is because it lasts really well for that 6 months, but then you've got to do it again. So there's no lasting effect, and you have to have continued maintenance if you want to keep the results. So about 10 years ago, a treatment came onto the market, which is called MiraDry, and MiraDry has long-lasting effects, in fact, permanent effects. So once you have a MiraDry treatment, you can continue to get the benefits of that treatment for the rest of your life. The way that MiraDry works is different than the way that Botox works. MiraDry uses heat to actually destroy the sweat glands. And so the really nice thing is that we're protecting the overlying skin of the armpit. One thing to mention is MiraDry only works for armpits, but MiraDry is protecting that overlying skin of the armpit and targeting the sweat glands underneath. It typically takes about 3 months to see your final results from MiraDry. And the reason why that is because after the treatment, some sweat glands are destroyed, and those don't come back to function. Some are stunned, and those come back, and some are not affected. So on average, after about 2 MiraDry treatments, you'll get about an 80% reduction in sweating. Both MiraDry and Botox have a little bit of discomfort with the treatment. So for Botox, what happens typically is the area will be numbed for maybe about 30 minutes with topical numbing, and then there's a grid-like pattern of pinpricks where Botox is administered. And so it may be like 10 minutes of feeling like little pokes. In the armpit, I would say it's very tolerable. MiraDry is different. What we do is we actually inject numbing medicine. And so the injection of the numbing medicine is what is uncomfortable. And that typically lasts for 2 or 3 minutes. And the discomfort is more so the numbing medicine actually going into the skin. But once the skin is numbed, the treatment is very comfortable. In terms of downtime, the treatments are very different. So there is pretty much no downtime with Botox. You might get a small bruise, but really there's no soreness, there's no limitation on activities. With MiraDry, remember, you've had intense heat being placed to destroy those sweat glands, so your body is going to respond by creating inflammation and swelling. So there is a several day period where we're going to ask you to reduce your activity and where you're going to feel like your armpits are very swollen. No one else is going to be able to see that swelling, but you will be able to feel that your arms are resting against a swollen area. When my patients ask me for advice about which treatment to choose for underarm sweating, generally speaking, I am going to recommend MiraDry for them. And the reasons why are because it has permanent effects, and so it's much more cost effective for them. Occasionally, a patient will opt to choose Botox. That might be because they're getting ready for a special event, they don't have time for downtime, and they need their results right away. But for the vast majority of patients, what they're trying to do is reduce sweating for a lifetime. And so that's where MiraDry really makes more sense. If you would like to watch a more in-depth video about MiraDry, click here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video.